with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. But I had a dream of being drunk last night, and it felt fucking great. And it felt fucking good. I was walking through a supermarket, and I just picked up a bottle of red wine and just nailed it. I never really drank red wine in real life, but that red wine tasted good, and being dream drunk felt nice. It's only the second time I've had a dream about being drunk. But in the dream, I was fucking devastated because I was like, fuck, I was almost at 200 days. Now I'm going to have to restart the podcast back at day 1. And I was fucking spewing. I had my fun. I had my dream drinking fun. I've just been falling asleep like a narcoleptic lately. Just dropping out every 2 seconds. I reckon if I did meth again, I'd be fucking hooked. Just to do day-to-day chores. I'd just be doing the dishes like a fucking turbocharged demon. That's all I would do meth for, is just to get through my day-to-day fucking shit. Like that old bitch from Requiem for a Dream. That old lady in that movie, the whole movie's a fucking spin out. But the old lady in that who just takes drugs and vacuums and orders shit off the TV, that's the part of the movie that freaked me the fuck out. If you haven't seen it and you want to be jolted into reality, go watch Requiem for a Dream. It is a brutal watch. But that old lady, for me, that was the scariest. Just taking drugs to clean your house. I lived with a couple of meth heads. They were fucking clean. They literally never slept. What happened was, when we had our son, after a month, my wife went back to India, and I stayed back in Australia for 3 months just to work and save some fucking money. And we moved out of our place because they were selling it, and the plan was we were going to spend a year in India anyway. So I moved into a share house where a comedian friend of mine was living, but he was moving out because he had just fried himself completely on Dexies and weed, and he was moving back home. So I moved into his room, and it was $120 a week, and I was living on a futon on the ground with 2 meth heads, a brother and sister team of meth heads, and a prostitute. There was a fucking prostitute in the house as well. So I had just had a kid, and I moved into a share house with 2 meth heads and a prostitute. It was basically an insight into what my life might be like if I wasn't married and had a kid. I would be living in a share house with 2 meth heads and a prostitute. I don't think too many new dads get to have that experience. It was basically like, oh yeah, you're scared of the responsibility of being a father and a husband? Fucking check this out. Boom. Share house, futon, meth heads, prostitute. The brother and sister meth heads, I swear to God, they never slept. I don't sleep a hell of a lot myself, but they never slept. I never saw them fucking sleep. I never saw them in their room. The brother was just tinkering in the garage all night and then would leave for work and then come back and just tinker in the garage again. And I would go in there, I'm like, this guy must be creating a fucking NASA rocket ship in there. I couldn't figure out what he was doing in there. Like every couple of days I'd lurk in there to go, what the fuck is this guy doing in there? And the sister, all she would do was clean the house 24/7. It was fucking spotless. And then she would make different shit with wood. Like she would make tables and chairs and shit, but there would always be some sort of defect, like some meth head defect. Like one of the table legs would be too short, or the chair would only have like 2 legs and you'd fall over. There would always be some fuck up. And the prostitute, she wasn't there a lot, but she used to run her business from the house a little bit as well. Like, not in the house, but there would be seedy fucking dudes lurking around in cars waiting for her to come out. But there was a period there where she was at the house quite a lot, so I got speaking to her. She used to manage cafes, but she reckons she got treated like such shit managing cafes and working in hospitality that she felt like she was prostituting herself doing that. So she was like, fuck it. And she started doing happy ending massages, which led into her getting a few clients as a call girl. But there was a period where she was around the house a little bit. And just curiously, I was speaking to her. I'm like, you've been around the house a lot lately. And she's like, yeah, it's the school holidays. I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, usually on the school holidays, all my clients take their families on holidays. So the work dries up a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, fair call. Fair fucking call. I forget the original point I was trying to make, but that insight into what my life might be like without a wife and kid was very jarring. I mean, the first month was fucking sweet. Complete freedom. I could just do anything I wanted. I was working like 10-hour days because that was the whole point. I had to save some fucking money. But when I got home, I could just do anything I wanted. Just complete fucking freedom. And I tell you what, it tasted good. I really had to pretend I was missing them. I really had to turn on those acting skills for the first month. But after the first month, I was like, oh, fuck. I really am missing them. Oh, Jesus. I need to get the fuck out of this meth den. And then by the third month, I was like, oh, this fucking sucks. I need to get the fuck to India. I really, really miss them. I think the point was, if I did meth again, it would just be to wash the dishes efficiently. That's it. Alright, that's me done for tonight. Add me on social media. Get me some stories for Fucked Up Friday. Send them to Boyle Comedy. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. 5-star rating. None of this one shit. See you later.